Hi guys, today I will take you through the song The Great Fire, which I recently released with Mr. Andy James. I thought it would be cool to show you some of the song. I'll open the mixing project so you can see all the instruments soloed and also what instruments are there and what's happening within this song. So let's have a look. So, before I started writing, I gave myself some pointers, a few things to keep in mind while brainstorming for ideas. For this song it was quite easy. A few things, they can be really simple, like it's gonna be an instrumental song. For Andy that's normal, of course, he's an instrumental artist. But for me that was a new thing. I've done mostly texture stuff in the past and that's not an instrumental band. So it was a challenge for me and it was a nice one. Next to that I thought, okay, I want an up-tempo song. I want something heavy, straightforward and up-tempo. Those things I kept in mind while brainstorming. And a harmony, I wanted some harmony together with Andy. So some leads we played together, which turned out to be the intro and the outro. And of course some solos. Andy plays two incredible cool solos and I play some solos as well. So let's have a look at the song. I started out with finding the main riff. That's what you mostly do when you want to write a cool song, up tempo. You want to have one cool riff that's really cool to hear and you want to play it all the time. So I programmed the triplet beat and just started messing around with especially the low B string and 3 notes, for example. So something like this I did just for like long, just to see the possibilities and the variations that you can do. Anything like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You hear some variations over there. So that's where I got the variation of. And that's like the main building block of that main riff. I got So that is the main riff. It are 4 variations in total. So one variation was too boring, I thought. And to loop that is like too boring. So you want a bit more variation, spread it out over 4 variations. And after that, the whole riff repeats. So you're more attracted to it as a listener because you want to know what's going to happen after those variations. So what happens more with this riff? It's the end run, which gets you off a bit because yeah, there's something funny going on over there with the rhythm. And what is it? It's quite simple. It's a sort of polyrhythm. I wrote it down for you. We're in a triplet beat here, and so these are the drums. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the guitars go over that with groups of 4. And you have like da da do do da da do do da da do do. So you have 12 notes in total. The drums play 4 groups of 3 notes and the guitars play 3 groups of 4 notes. So if you look at the first accent of them all, you have a 3 against 4 counter rhythm, polyrhythm. So these are the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dum 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 dum. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's what's going on rhythmically over there. Okay, so far the guitar related stuff. If you want to play this song, there are free tabs attached to this video for you guys, so check it out. Let's dive into the song, into the project, and see what elements I got over there. Alright, so we got the song over here. This is the total song. In general, I got you through all the elements and highlight some of them. Here on the top you see the drums, in purple the bass guitar, in green here the main riff guitars, here are some extra guitars, the leads I put in a folder, these blue ones are Andy and these light blue ones are me, and down here are the synths in orange, beautiful orange. So what's happening over here? Well, the drums, as you might have heard, are programmed. It's done with Superior Drummer 3. Of course, there are programmed drums, but I always like to do a few extra things to make it more human. So, for example, here in the beginning, there's like this marching beat. So I played around a bit with the velocities, of course, but that was not enough to make it sound really human. So I added something over here. I added another instance of Superior Drummer with just 2 extra snares. I panned them a bit weird, left and right, like uneven, which in combination with the main drums is giving it a more roomy vibe, and which is more like a marching band. If I turn them off, on. So it gives more energy, more vibe for that intro part. Also, as some of you might have noticed, the intro is in 16th. It's not in triplets. So the triplets start after the intro. I thought it would be a cool twist because mainly because the intro in triplets would sound too slow. Would be really slow and boring in my eyes. So I sped it up. So the bass guitar I added over here. Simple bass guitar, but it sounds really cool with the kick drum. Really nice marching vibe.